you've got it's St. Margaret and St. Remigius, and I actually looked up St. Remigius this morning, and why this church should be called after him, I have no idea, because he was a 5th century French bishop. His claim to fame was that he baptized King Clovis. But why there should be more than one church with St. Remigius in Norfolk it's a mystery to me, actually.
We're never quite sure whether the tower was built first or whether the church was built first.
Why there were so many round towers around here, particularly in this area of South Norfolk. And apparently it's not because there wasn't the stone. They could have got the stone to have a square tower, but they chose to use the flint and sand and stuff.
Maybe it was because we're so close to the coast.
Yes.
That, and of course Thetford was well known for flint knapping.
Yes.
So maybe that might be one of
the local crafts. Exactly.
The Round Tower Church's members actually love coming here. They've recently been this May. They bring a group of probably about 30 people. The church is unlocked every day. So people are free to come and go whenever they like. It's been my home church all my life. We've got these wonderful wall paintings, which we would very much like to have a conservation programme done on them. We don't see that happening in the foreseeable future because lack of funding. We have applied for lottery funding in the past, but I think maybe we were a bit too ambitious with our application, and perhaps we asked for a bit too much because we were hoping not just to get the wall paintings conserved, but to have a kitchen and toilet put in, which would have meant, change of use in the vestry. We want to keep going. We want to hand the church over to the next generation in good condition. As you probably see, the walls are not in very good condition at the moment. The Friends itself has been very helpful with regards to paying for repairs to be done. But no, we've got a 7-sacrament font, which lots of people come to visit. The wall paintings are a great attraction. We've got the beautiful east window.
And the remarkable reredos done by the vicar.
Yes, it was.
It's extraordinary, really.
Yes.
And his wife, I think.
And his wife,
yes.
I think this one was done, and so was the one at London by both of them.
Yes, extraordinary, really.
I think we are over 300 in population.
In population, yes.
Definitely.
It's based very much on agriculture, or has been in the past. But we have quite a lot of young couples here now who moved in because there's been a certain amount of building. So it's rather nice to see prams and things being wheeled up and down the street. I don't think, and Anne will agree, that it's translated into a congregation particularly.
No, it hasn't. No, unfortunately. But we're very fortunate in that we do have a village shop and we have a lovely school, which I believe has got full capacity of children there.
Yes, from all over the place, not just from Seething.
Over recent years, there's been some building work done. Over the last, I would think, 4 years, there's been probably 12 new houses, has there? Built.
Yes.
And they've been done in a very sympathetic way, and so really it hasn't spoilt the type of village or in any way.
We try and attract them to various events and things like that, but we're not particularly successful. It's certainly not at attracting the younger generation. So it's always a sort of a discussion about what do we do to actually bring them in. And but anyway, it's a lovely village to live in. And as Anne says, we have a lot of facilities, lovely playing field, bowls club, village hall, all that sort of thing. So no, we are lucky. It all came about because of the wall paintings. And some people in the village were rather worried in case they were fading away. But of course, we didn't have the money to do anything about them or even commission a report. So it came out of a sort of general conversation, why don't we try for a friends group? Obviously, after that, we leafleted the village, but we have a very definite sort of Friends of Seething Church piece of paper, which is where it started, and we leafleted every house in the village, saying, do you approve of the idea of the Friends of Seething Church? It doesn't matter if you never go to church, you never put foot in it, it's all about the building. And we got an overwhelming response to say, yes, what a good idea.
Yes. And we have tremendous support and encouragement from the village, don't we?
We do, yes.
Every year we have one big Christmas fair. Most years we would raise over £900, which is incredible for a small
Just
village.
for 2 hours in the afternoon, it's not bad. We went round the village, literally house by house, leaving a leaflet. And then we had the first of our bazaars, I think.
Yes,
didn't we?
did. Yes, we did.
And we got people to come, and we got people to say they want to be a friend, and if they did, we got £10 off them. But this is where one of our big mistakes was, that we had no mechanism for continuing to get the money off them on an annual subscription basis. And that was I've regretted that ever since. We just sort of hoped for the best. People sort of fell away.
Well, they did, because everyone was joining at a different time. And so there was not like an annual subscription for them to sign up to. As if you've got someone paying a subscription, that you're going to get that money regularly. Whereas, they may not always be able to come to the Christmas fair, but a lot of people are very generous and they do give us donations.
You see, they're not very good at public meetings.
No.
They don't turn up. Even for something quite serious, they don't turn up. I only remember one parish council meeting where people got very excited about. We had a meeting of people who were interested in setting up the Friends in the first place. We had a chairman and a treasurer and a secretary, and there were 8 of us on the committee at that stage. And they were selected among the people who really sort of pushed the whole thing from the beginning. And it worked very well, didn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, the primary aim was to raise money to support the fabric of the church. And we have spent money on the fabric of the church, especially guttering and downpipes and things,
And the repairs to the wall at the back of the church you've done?
We've done, yes, and all sorts of. And that huge curtain that you see in front of the tower was provided by us, because the draft from there was unbelievable during the winter. It was so cold, because the church has very little heating. It was set up for that purpose, but primarily, really, to conserve the wall paintings properly for future generations. We live in hope that we will manage to get some money to do that. How many friends? We don't know.
No, we don't. Because there again, you see, we've got no way of having a record.
Yes, I just like to think the whole of the village are our friends. They are. They're very attached to their church, even if they never come to it. It's the first thing they see when they leave for work in the morning, and when they come back at night, that's what they see again.
Well, I think it's very important that the church warden and the vicar are kept involved with what's going on, because at the end of the day, the Friends are not able to spend money on the church without the vicar and the PCC saying that they can. We have to go through that process. And without that, the Friends wouldn't really know what we really need to have done, what the biggest issues are at the time. Certainly with quinquennial reports that we have done on a regular basis every 5 years, and we're just waiting for the report to come in now. But no, it's good to have the vicar definitely involved.
And she is very involved,
Yes,
actually. She's, sort of not necessarily on the social side, but obviously. But she likes to come to meetings from time to time when we have a chat about, what we're going to do next. You hear terrible stories of friends groups who are apart and they are their own registered charity. And we have our own bank account, but we're not a separate registered charity. And they go their own way with terrible sort of ructions and disruptions as a result with the PCC. There are loggerheads with them sometimes. So I can't help feeling that the closer you are to the PCC, the better it is. When we established the Friends, and we decided that we wanted to be close to the PCC, we reckoned we didn't have the capacity to run the Friends as a separate organisation. We needed the backing of the PCC. And also, as Anna said, it is from the PCC the requests come for help. So I don't see how some friends groups can actually do it by themselves. But anyway, that's the way we decided to set it up, and that's what we did.
That's been a huge help for us, because the funds that has been collected, if you like, by the Friends has been spent on the fabric, which has meant that the PCC hasn't had to do the same amount of fundraising that they had done previously. And not only that, the members of the church are fewer and are elderly and unfortunately don't have that same energy that we used to have years back. And when it comes to a fundraiser, the people that are on the PCC and on the Friends Committee, we all work together.
We do, yes.
It's lovely because it's just like a community, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think it's actually worked very well. Well, if you were in a bigger town, maybe there would be a case for a separate organisation. Linked but separate. But in a small village like this, quite honestly, I think it works very well, and we have enough money. We have about £10,000 in the bank, so we are able to respond quickly to small repairs, which is very important in the case of drains and downpipes and things like that. You have to do it at once. And every year we add to it. On 1 year, but only one, we actually paid for the church's insurance, because the PCC... We contributed to it, yes, because the PCC was strapped for cash. That would be additional help, helping with the insurance. The church insurance is so expensive.
This one in particular, because we are a thatched building.
We, as a Friends group, haven't had any legacies, but you get a legacy from time to time.
Yes, we do.
I'm sure, very helpful.
But that is restricted, that we are only allowed to spend that on certain items, really.
Like the cushions.
Yes.
Which are wonderful. It's made such a difference. The fair is an annual event, and we're best preparing for it now. It takes place in the church, because it's a way of getting people through the doors for once, just to come and have a look at it once a year. And we have, that's the major place where we make our money. And we might make more money if we were in the village hall, but I think that would lose the point of it, really.
Oh, definitely. But the one thing that a lot of people come for is the fact that we have a huge tombola, cake stall, grocery parcels, preserves, and all sorts of things. People can actually come and hire a table and bring whatever it is that they might make, possibly sometimes Christmas cards. We've had scarves and jewellery, and if people like to hire a table at the Christmas fair, we charge them £5.
Yeah.
The rest of the money that they make is their own from then on. So yes, we get quite a diverse selection.
Yeah, we do, yes, absolutely. We put planks across the benches So it's not easy, but it works.
Yes, it does.
And
of course, the teas are very a great attraction because it's free, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, with a suggested donation. But and we do one other event in the summer, which we, of course, COVID has put paid to an awful lot of this, and we didn't do one this year, but you do a strawberry tea, again in the church. And that makes us about £300, something, £300 or £400. So
we've done open garden, haven't we?
Yes, we ought to do another one of those. Mm-hmm. And so we have, we've done, and we had lectures, and it's varied what we do.
But we tend to do one thing at a time, so we probably wouldn't do anything now after the Christmas fair until maybe
May.
In the spring.
Yes, May or June, perhaps. May.
Where we can have something, and hopefully could be out in the churchyard with wine and a supper of some, something like that. We've done that before.
We have, yes. Mine is very successful. I mean, what we've done, we've always made money because people are incredibly generous and give us things to sell. And the tombola, we have fantastic prizes. So, we are very lucky. We do get supported by the village, even if in a rather informal way.
And I suppose we are a small village, so, word gets around and we are able to put posters up in regular points.
Yes, and we go around to nice shops in Bungay and places like that, put posters up. People round and about are very helpful too. We don't do that because we don't really know who the friends are. So, I mean, the friends of the village. So, although for the bazaar, the fair, and the strawberry tea and the lectures and things, we do go to surrounding villages. We put up posters in surrounding villages and we put it on next door, sort of the next door site. We do it as broadly as we can, and bringing other people in from surrounding villages, because a lot of them go to have parents who go to the school. So that's how we make our money, concerts we've had.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, But COVID was a terrible thing because it disrupted the momentum. So we're having to get everything back on track again now. And I don't think so, because we have, I don't recollect us having different views on ever, It's very harmonious. Because we are, because we have Anne on the committee and the vicar comes from time to time and one thing and another, we don't, it doesn't arise, or I don't think we'd ever suggest anything to do something of which the vicar or Anne disapproved. I mean, we wouldn't even consider it. But so we haven't had any punch-ups or anything.
No, it's all about working together and networking together, really.
Yeah.
The church is in need of some help. Then we go to the friends and say, would it be possible for us to have some money towards repairing, we say, the chancel wall?
Yes.
Or we had a large crack behind the big door, and that was repaired. It's usually a very positive response. I mean, we never had a refusal.
Never had a refusal. I mean, the only reason we would refuse would be because we didn't have the money.
That's right.
But then we'd have to go out and raise it somehow.
Yes.
I know exactly what I would advise. I would advise setting up the friends in a more professional manner. To enable people, in the first enthusiasm, when they sign up, that they actually sign up with a banker's order, something so that we can get a regular income. We don't have a list of members. The whole village is really a members, because it was a mistake not to actually pin people down right at the very beginning. I think we may well make more money the way we do it now, because people come and spend like anything. And if we had 10 friends at £10 a head, it's only £100. We make £900 at the fair people. We probably would have done it differently, wouldn't we?
Definitely, definitely.
And
We didn't take advice on it, did we?
No, we didn't.
We should have talked to a professional who could have given us some guidance on
Or
that.
neighbouring parishes
Yes.
who had friends groups as to how they'd gone about it. Bigger villages, perhaps. Financially, it probably didn't matter too much because people are very, very generous when they come to the fair. And, we have what we call a golden bowl just for donations. It's amazing how much £20 notes and things get chucked in there. But we could have, I would advise any person setting up the Friends group to make sure that they have a sort of proper basis on which to build it.
Yes, definitely.
And which we didn't do.
And then make sure their annual subscriptions are,
Well, they want them collected.
well, absolutely.
That's the thing.
I think probably a good way of starting is to have the conversation with the church first, to go to the PCC and say, we are considering starting a Friends group, because then it's you're doing it with the church's blessing, hopefully, as opposed to just setting something up off to the side, if you like. A village meeting that people could come to the church and with the vicar and PCC and just generally talk about starting a Friends.
Which is what we didn't do.
We didn't. But you see, this is something that we've learned from.
Yes.
And we've been going quite a while.